As for what happens next for them, unclear. I'm not fully convinced that Dabby lives yet, but I think there's reason to believe it might go that way. Since I'm turning 52 in a few days, I'm assuming this is the final romantic subplot of my career, so I'm enjoying it. 6. Melly will continue to struggle with expectations versus reality in her presidency. I didn't think I'd make it to season 2, Bellamy Young admitted, when asked if she ever imagined she'd be playing a POTUS. I feel so much love for Melly that she got to achieve her dream. I know she's fictional, but I really am moved for her. When you dream something for so long, even if it's by proxy for a fictional character, it's never what you imagined it would be, but now that she's in the Oval, the reality is, all compromises. It's never what you dream. For Melly, she really thought that with Olivia by her side, they could just change the world. It's been humbling and inspiring to see how difficult it is and to get to try. 7. Shonda originally envisaged a different ending for the series. Young revealed that she asked Shonda whether the show is ending where she thought it would. She was like, "No, I thought it would end at the inauguration." She didn't specify whose inauguration she had in mind, Young said, which means it may not have been Melly's. So, is there still a chance that the show could end with Olivia behind the desk? Copyright ABC advertisement. Continue reading below. 8. Olivia probably isn't going to end up with anyone. After a lot of nudging, Scott Foley admitted that he's still rooting for Jake as Olivia's endgame. I'd much rather stand in the sun than freeze my ass off in Vermont, but was reluctant to get into a shipping conversation in part because Olivia is probably going to choose herself. Shonda and Olivia are both very proud independent women, Perry pointed out. She's not gonna end up with either of you, Jake Fitz. She's gonna be like, "I'm just fine. I'm playing the field." Darby Starshfield took it one step further, admitting that she's hoping for a vague and controversial ending to the entire show, much like The Sopranos. Something where you don't know if everybody's blown to bits or they're gonna go on and be a happy family. This show deserves some sort of resolution that is not in a box. 9. Another thing Olivia may not end up with: redemption. There were a lot of questions during the set visit about whether Olivia can still be brought back from the darkness, having crossed new moral lines this season even by the standards of Scandal. "There's a lot of good churches in the area," Washington joked. "But some people would say she doesn't need saving, she's just arriving in the maximum potential of her power." One thing I've learned from working in Shondaland is to question our assumptions about what happy endings look like. I'm trying to be very careful with my expectations for what kind of ending I think she deserves. Olivia has been a character that has broken molds and rejected expectations, and I don't know that it's going to be about pulling her back to anything. We've just never really trafficked in that idea. Nobody is truly good on our show. 10. Scandal doubled as a social media crash course for Tony Goldwyn. Shonda famously asked the cast to live tweet Scandal's season premiere back in 2012 and every episode thereafter, in what would become a show-defining tradition. Prior to that, Goldwyn admitted he was very skeptical and judgmental about social media, and generationally it was irrelevant to me. When Shonda asked us all to live tweet our first broadcast, I had to learn how to do it, and I was afraid. I remember thinking, what do I have to say that anybody would give a damn? Who cares about my 140 character observations on anything? Spoiler, it turned out that a lot of people cared. It kept us alive, I'm just sure of it, Perry said of Scandal's then groundbreaking Twitter strategy, which has since become commonplace. Fellow actors from other parts of Hollywood are sometimes pissed with us because they're like, "You guys made that work. Now I have to tweet all the time." Copyright ABC 11. Don't count on a lot of happy endings. For one thing, in the run-up to the finale, it sounds like the body count may be ratcheting up. I think in the warped moral logic of Scandal, I'm most likely to die because I'm the best person, Melina mused. I mean, sure, I extorted my way to my current position, but that's light compared to the other characters' rap sheets. By contrast, Perry fully accepts that Cyrus has probably deserved to die since the third episode of the show, so I wouldn't be surprised. But what about those few characters who might actually deserve happy endings, like Marcus? In his episode with Fitz, we saw Marcus's struggle with being from the streets and trying to make a change, said Cornelius Smith Jr. Now he's in the White House, he arguably has access to make changes, but he feels like he's not making any. I think a happy ending for him is something where he's bridging the gap, where he can really affect change and be in all places at once. In other words, Marcus wants to be president, yes. 12. Olivia Pope has radically changed the TV landscape. When we first aired most of the questions that I received centered around the fact that there had not been a black woman in the lead on a television drama in my lifetime, Washington recalled. It had been almost 40 years. And that is certainly not the case today. You'd be hard-pressed now to find a network that doesn't have a show with a woman of color at the center. That's not just a testament to Olivia Pope, I think it's a testament to audiences around the world who are eager to see stories about different people and different places, and understand that our protagonists do not fit just one kind of identity or identity politics. I think the world was just ready. Scandal 7th season returns to ABC on January 18th. Want up-to-the-minute entertainment news and features? Just hit like on our Digital Spy Facebook page and follow on our @Digital Spy Twitter account and you're all set.